Hello. Nice to meet you. These are the skates that I was talking about. I wanted to go ahead and create this little video here just to kind of give it some heads up on some advice on heat molding these things, because quite frankly, when I first got them, they were extremely painful and they hurt a lot. Anyway, I couldn't figure out how to stretch the skate without really damaging it, because this has got a nice layer of carbon fiber here, and you don't want to end up cracking it. And I've got here, luckily for me, it's a broken heat gun. The heating element doesn't glow. So I went ahead and I used that to kind of warm up the inside of there, just kind of there, right? And I used one of these guys. This is the turnbuckle. This is the stuff that you can find at the hardware store. And just sit there and give it a couple of turns. What you do is, well, what I did anyway, is I extended it out to a point, it was kind of on the edge of the area where I wanted to heat mold it or stretch the leather, whatever the case may be, and soften it as much as I could so it wouldn't, be quite as painful. And I first heated it, of course, and that makes it nice and soft. This is pretty firm right now. Stuck it in there, and slowly, with securing with another of the hair pliers or something across the actual skate, and kind of pushing up on a lace or something, and slowly turning this to open it up. And of course, every once in a while, I'll apply the heat gun and expand, and turn it again, and make sure it's secured, because it'll tend to slide around, but you'll kind of get the hang of it. Anyway, I've been noticing that a lot of people, they'll start up skating and they'll use these particular boots, and they'll they'll lose interest or something in a short period of time, and I think it's just painful. I ended up, due to the heat, the continuous heat molding, I ended up peeling off the original paint on it, which doesn't matter really because the paint sucked. And I went ahead and I painted these with fabric paint, so I kind of sealed the leather and gave it a nice protective layer and all that good stuff. And maybe hopefully this helps you. Oh, and I also wanted to add, just stretching around there sometimes, just because these turnbuckles, they only stretch one spot at a time. And I wanted to stretch a little more because some of these cushions in here are pretty big. Just the ones that are built into the skate. So I went ahead and applied the heat gun again, and I took the end of one of these. Yes, big old bottle of plastic, nice and empty, because you don't want it to explode from the heat. And you sit there and you warm it up a little bit, and you kind of shove it in there and make sure it's not in too much contact with the bottom, because if you start ramming it in there, you might actually damage the carbon fiber base on the boot. Anyway, I kind of shoved it in there at an angle, and then slowly brought it back. And then I took the skate, I put it in a bag, and then I put it in the freezer along with the bottle in it. And it changed the shape completely altered it. And I did each one individually, because it was kind of disgusting to put both at the same time, and they're skates and it's gross. Just make sure they're in a bag, and once they get out of the freezer, go ahead and put some Lysol in it, because that's also pretty gross to go ahead and stick your foot in there where the raw meat was. Anyway, that's it.